Every Friday night we gather around, head down to the barn where the stories abound.
All right,
Chats,
my name is Matt Arnold,
talking about everything. It's quite a thrill.
This is my stream. We also have Mr. Steve Perry Harris with Harris Jumper Productions here with us. We have Mr. Ken Mays here and Mr. Roy Ivy. And I'm going to ask Mr. Ken this: what got you into doing visual graphics and all?
Well, I've been an artist my whole life. I was doing mainly 2D work, painting, acrylics on the whiteboard and things like that.
You did a comic book too, didn't you?
Yeah, I was doing a Star Blazers-based comic for a fanzine called Weird that me and my friend Derek started back in the late 80s, early 90s. And we did like 6, maybe 7 issues. And then things kind of fell apart. His health failed. I lost my job and ended up having to relocate. And by the time I got back into this area, he had passed away and just never got back into it. But I got into 3D work in the late 90s with Imagine on the old Amiga computer. I had an Amiga 1200 and an Amiga 4000. And I was doing 3D work with Imagine. And I had a bootleg copy of Lightwave.
Don't say that.
I wasn't able to do anything with it because I didn't have any documentation and I was never able to figure it out. So,
Yeah, it's not user friendly without the manual.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you using now to do your edits and how long you've been using that?
I do almost everything in Blender. I mean, all my compositing, everything.
Was it 2.79?
I set up my scenes. I do modeling and I set up my scenes in 2.79, but I use anywhere from 3.6 to 4.0 to do my renderings because it's faster.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
And it can make use of newer features like the optics denoiser, which
Yes.
I only have available on the 840. The 800, the processors can't handle that.
You know, this recording went from watching the review of Track Connection, went to an interview, and who knows what else is going to end up being. But we're gonna do some final thoughts here.
Well, we still need the musical interlude, so get your mandolin there. Out.
When you got into fan films, okay, when what took your interest? How you got into it? And
I saw Starship Exeter, a Starry Intersection, fell in love with it, and then I saw Star Trek Phase 2, Games of College.
Yeah, up in New York.
Yes, to the fan community. And then I just absolutely fell in love with Star Trek Continues.
Yes.
A lot of other fan productions I felt were not quite up to snuff, but a lot of them had a lot of heart to them. I like doing special effects, but I hadn't really considered doing anything more than just shooting effects until someone, I believe it was the guys from Starship Yorktown, contacted me and said that they needed a special effect. So I did a special effect for them, which they used, and then Yorktown, A Time to Remember was released, actually won several awards, and that got me to the attention of other fan groups like Michael Studelberg and then later Steve Harris. And I did some special effects shots for Michael Studelberg in his project. They were running down a whole corridor shooting phasers.
Yeah, those are good.
I added in the phaser blast and things like that. And Steve kind of dragged me in, kicking and screaming, saying, I need these special effects and everything. And you were recommended to me, and I was like, well, okay, I might have time to do one or two shots.
And that's where you end up at right now. You end up with Steve and the rest of us.
Back to work.
You know,
And
it's
Kenneth
good.
Thompson,
Yeah.
and I were discussing what we're going to do. I was hoping to resurrect the USS Columbia in a series, and Kenneth is like, I got a Columbia style ship that we could probably doctor up, but you really need to talk to Ken Mays. He's got a whole library of these things already done, and he can probably do some of what you want to do. Just don't overwork him. I'm like, okay.
But you know what? Out of all the group of people that I've met, I've met some good people, and y'all are part of my friends and family, and I really appreciate y'all being there for me too.
Thank you.
Y'all, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna go back to you, Mr. Steve. You got anything? Anything you want to add in to the discussion?
You can show a little bit of this clip that I've got queued up if you want, but we're working on several projects, and it's not just one thing at a time. This is one of Ken's latest exterior shots on one of our ships. And if you ever see these lights that are in the overhead in a video anywhere, this is a Ken Mays thing. Okay?
Yep.
You know at a glance, Ken Mays made that. So that's one of your little helpful hints. Also, we love Star Blazers, so you might actually see Star Blazers on the view screens throughout our ship, depending on where you are.
Spoiler alert!
But we recently got a couple of new actors that are, well, they're not new actors. They're new for us. We've got Martin Bennett and Mark Ferguson joining the team as doctors. And we're working on several projects. A couple of them are in the works right now, including the stories about Miranda and Columbia fighting Orion pirates, and there's another project coming down the road with Klingons involved. So just if you want to volunteer to work with our group, let me know.
Yeah. We're going to go around. I played the character of George Dillon, the mysterious George Dillon. It's part of Section 31.
What?
And that's about all I'm going to tell you. What part of that there's a lot about George Dillon people don't know about. His history, where he's from, which later on that will be told in a future story. But I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna go with Mr. Steve here. I'm gonna go with Mr. Roy. Tell us about the characters that you play, and Mr. Kent. Tell us some characters that you play, and tell us about how you got the character. Myself, I can tell you about George Dillon. George Dillon is the great grandfather of Cody Dillon, which is Cody Dillon is a character played in one of Vance Major's films, which is I War Prime. I played
That's
that
about
character
80 years in our future.
80 years into the future,
From
in
TOS.
the next generation
Right.
era. All right, so I said, wait a minute. Since I can't come up with anything with him, I'm gonna create my own character, George Dillon, during the TOS era.
Right.
So I went ahead and created that character. I've been in several films already with that. Been in one especially, and also got one coming up. One of Ken Mays' films coming up, and hopefully get that filmed here soon.
Rescue the Albatross.
On board the USS Albatross, a classified cruiser designed by Mr. Ken Mays. Graphics is designed.
I didn't design it. I built it.
Right.
You built it from the animation and all that stuff, and he did an excellent job of doing that. And we're gonna go here to Mr. Steve Harry Harris to tell us what character you play. And tell us about it.
I play Commander Stahl, or if we're a couple of years in the future, Captain Stahl. I'm an engineer by trade, but I get drafted to become the XO of USS Columbia when Captain Roth was kidnapped and everybody had to evacuate the Crytek. We cross-decked over to the Columbia, and when I joined that group, I was forbidden from being the engineer. So we got Mr. Cisco to be my assistant engineer, and introduced a couple of new characters on that. Then Commander Stahl will become the XO on the Crytek again whenever we resurrect that ship. We resurrected a bunch of things from earlier ideas. Part of those were in another group that started the idea of having a new ship that's a super dreadnought, and it's an experimental ship that we call the Crytek. So we're
The
looking for
Crytek
that.
is based off based kind of off the Dreadnought Dominion. The way
It's the idea of a Dominion, but a Phase 2 type ship instead of TOS era. So although we're in 2267, Ken and I and Roy and Matt have developed a backstory where we're all from a colony called the Salisbury Colony, which is the belt buckle in Orion's belt. It's one of the center of Orion, right there in that sector. And we have Admiral Vanden Boss in charge of the headquarters of the Orion sector on Deep Space Station K2. So we've developed a big backstory with how people grew up on Salisbury, the outsiders like Admiral Vanden Boss, who are actually from Earth or other planets, and how we interact. The fact that our Starship Academy, or Space Academy, if you want to call it that, is on par with Starfleet Academy on Earth. So we're able to cross deck or do a collateral transfer from Salisbury's defense forces over to Starfleet. And our ships are USS Miranda, USS Columbia, and the Crytek, along with Shinano and a couple others that Ken had created already, are actually part of Salisbury Space Defense Forces, but they're working for Starfleet. So similar names, similar hull numbers, that type of a thing, but we're actually our own little task force. Task Force 78 is one group that I created, and Task Force 81 was created by Ken Mays. So we're doing co-productions, and our stuff will show up on both Ken Mays Films channel and Harris Films channel.
Mr. Ken Mays here, and Mr. Ken, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got in the visual effects, and let's take it over to you.
Well, Steve basically sent out a catcher team, and they threw a net over me and dragged me in and chained me to the computer and said, "You're going to do special effects for Harris Film Productions, and if you don't, we'll beat you to within an inch of your life."
Yeah, my Oklahoma Mafia got a hold of him.
I've been having computer issues, and so I'm temporarily on my 840, and the webcam on this one is not of the same quality, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
all right. Well, you got something around here down in the
something in the basement.
Yeah. This is another angle of the shuttle taking off, and I basically
Is that Vanden Boss's house?
Yeah.
On Salisbury. Okay.
All right. What we're seeing here is Jeff, some graphics that Mr. Ken Mays made, and man, talking about good here.
Looks real to me.
Absolutely, it does.
Check those doors, man.
Yeah, it's just the way it picks up and lifts off. It's just like the real thing. It's like the real thing there. And you got anything else, Mr. Ken, there we can show? Some of the stuff that you've done?
This is the only thing that I've been working on recently.
You want to say how you gain?
With the other computer over here, I'm not really trusting it to start a long render yet because it was having tendencies to crash. I've been testing it with the Wi-Fi turned off, and so far it's gone almost 3 full days, and I haven't had to even do so much as a restart yet. So I'm pretty sure that I've zeroed in on the fact that it was the network card. It's either got a bad driver, an outdated driver, or the card itself is going out. And since it's a cheap knockoff card from China, the driver issue may not solve it. So I just went ahead and ordered a new card. And
There you go.
I'll have all new drivers and everything once I get it installed.
Well, hey, hopefully that works out for you and you can get your computer and all back up like it should be.
I was afraid there was something really going wrong with the computer, like, maybe the gel that they used between the fans and the CPU was getting old or whatever, and I'm not really sure of my abilities to reseat the coolant fans and all that. I wasn't looking forward to tackling a project like that. Plus the fact that getting this is a 75-pound computer and getting it out of the corner so I can work on it is an issue.
This is some of the graphics that Mr. Ken done, and I tell you what, he does an excellent job on them.
And some rough background composites that I was working on earlier. This is a very rough composite with the captain of the Miranda. And this is some test footage of the Miranda.
Yeah, a lot of these backgrounds have been updated.
Yeah. That's why they're just glancing up there. Those are earlier versions. So, yeah,
Yeah, Kenneth, yeah, I do remember that one.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah. All right, for final thoughts, this is.
I don't plan to have my final thoughts for several more years.
Not that fun.
Not that final thoughts now. Not the final thoughts when you kick the bucket. Not that
No.
one. All right.
Sorry to see you go.
Yeah. This is the first recording I've done here with this, and I thought this is just going to be a review, but it ended up being a interview too.
That's up to you. It's your show.
And I want to appreciate everybody for coming. Mr. Ken, Mr. Roy, Steve. I really enjoyed it, y'all being here, and I want to thank everybody. We're going to see everybody later.
Okay. Good night, John Boy. Good night.
Come back and see us now, won't you?
All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed our mixed up little show. We have some great people here, and I'd like to thank each one of them. And I hope to see y'all the next time. My name is Matt Arnold. Thank you for coming.
Check out Kenneth May's films and Harris Film Productions.
Well, every Friday night we gather around, head down to the barn where the stories abound. Matt's Chats is a show where we all spill, talking about everything. It's quite a thrill. We chat about Star Trek and sci-fi gleam. Fan films and dreams, they ain't just a scheme. From Captain Kirk to the galaxy far, Matt's Chats takes us wherever we are. So y'all drop in and visit a while. Pull up a chair, you'll leave with a smile. From music to lawn care, we cover it all. Matt's Chats is the place for one and all.
Let's see if I can
Matt's Chats is
figure
the
out how to
place for
stop.
one and all.